Hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Today we will we will continue with configuration components. We finished module components. Now we will look at configuration components. As we know, module components are uh, contained in the modules.json, are explanation for one object, all possible keys you can use, and what are used for, and so on. Configuration components are not that complicated. They are simply a list of key value pairs in a file called configuration.json. Okay, let's start. Of course, we will see it in this name at the beginning, but of course we will rename the file and remove the suffix. Okay, and we can read this. These configurations are essentially for the script to run properly, so you shouldn't remove any of these configurations. Yeah, it's very important to keep each key exist. You can change the value or remove or make the value empty, for example, but do not remove any key of these configurations. If you remove it, it means it doesn't exist. Okay. The first configuration is, or the first section or group is the database configuration. We can, on the other side, open that file. Let us open the file and see it right away in front of us. So at the beginning we have the database group, which has the database configuration. I don't think we should explain anything here. It's self-explanatory. You can understand it yourself, so just read it and reconfigure it if it's not equal your own local database configuration. You can change them to your own configuration. The next one, dbcmd stands for command, db command. These are configurations related to database operations. As we know, we can do database operations through the script itself. So these are the configurations related to that operation, these operations. We start with the username and database. These are configurations. We add them. We have the staging database, and the staging database will have the same username and database. Okay, your local database and staging database are located in one Postgres instance, if we can say it like this. Here are some configurations related to remote database. If you want to import from your development or staging or QA environment database into your own local database, you can do it through database operations. And here are the configurations. Okay, and the most important configurations are these ones. Okay, sorry, starting from the host. Yes, these ones. Okay, the host of your database will not be localhost. It will be changed to an IP address. These are dummy values, default values. Username will be the username used in your remote database. Password will be the database password you have. Database will be the name of your database at your remote or your development or staging environment. Okay. Let us continue. What we have. Okay, we will continue here as it's more easy to explain. This one is simply the folder where all imported databases from the remote will be moved in, will be in this directory. Okay, if you this should be removed actually, but no problem. If you import a database from your remote database, maybe the username is not the same username you use in your own local database. For example, in my own case, the staging has used Okapi username, okay, but my own database on local machine has username Folio admin. So what I do is simply replacing the SQL file. Go to the SQL file automatically, of course. Replace all username with name Okapi with my own username Folio admin. Okay, what happens is simply update the SQL file by changing the username, the old username named, for example, Okapi, and replacing it with my own local username, which is here Folio admin. There's a Docker command you use, Docker. You can put sudo in front of it if your Docker runs in the root. This is a SQL file of the SQL file of the database. If you want to import a remote database to your own local database, the database name should be like this, should be named okapi.sql. This is the dump database SQL file. If you dump a database from your own local machine or local database, the name will be like this. We have here a prefix, as we can version the file by adding a timestamp after okapi underscore timestamp. So we have here a prefix of the name, and the suffix will be the timestamp. And database directory path, dumped database directory path, dumped okapi will be the directory where all dumped databases will be moved in. If I dump a database, this dumped database file will be moved in this directory. The database directory itself will be in DB. Why I'm adding this? Because the script itself will cd in the modules directory. Okay, to start working with the modules, it will be cd in the modules directory. So if I wanna go back to the DB directory, I should go back one directory and then enter the DB directory. So this is a reason why the default value is like this. DB command container, this is a Postgres container name if I am using Postgres from within a container. So this is the default name which exists in the Docker Compose file. If you want to go there and see the Postgres service, you will find the container name named like this, Postgres-Folio. The copy dump DB destination, this one is same like this one. Okay, and the next one, schema file. Okay, if I import or dump a database, I may want to choose a specific schemas to be dumped in that SQL file, not all the database. So the name of this schema file, these schemas could be present or be put in this file, schemas.txt, which exists in the DB directory. If you go to DB directory, open this file, you find two schemas, public and move permissions, as I remember. Okay, this option is for include schema option, which means when you dump a database and put this option before each schema name, it means the database, the dumped database will include these schemas only. Okay, exclude schemas is the opposite option. If you wanna dump the database with all schemas inside the database, except for specific number of schemas. You will add this option, you will use this option, and the schemas present or exist in that file. Okay, this is for creating a database query. Yes, the queries are also configurable. So the query used to create a database will not it will create a role. Sorry, it will create a role, not a database itself. Okay, it could create a user or a role, and the query itself is configurable, presenting here, and altering module role will also be configured here, and this is a default value. Recommended, do not change these values. If you want to run with Docker, you will set or keep this configuration as it is true. If your database running on your own local machine, not inside a Docker container, you may change this configuration to false. Okay, thank you. We will continue in the next one.